Hello guys, most welcome in UPSC Welfare. See, in this video tutorial, I will give you complete analysis of 2019 UPSC Civil Service Prelims Examination of General Study Paper 1. So see here, first questions. Yes, Mughal India, what is the difference between the Zagirdari and Zamindari systems? So see, both is going to be wrong here. Why it is so? Because Zagirdari are holder of land assignment in lieu of judicial and policy duty. So that is going to be a totally wrong. And if we see the Zamindari, that is also wrong. Why it is so? And second option if we see here, see, land assignment to Zagirdar were hereditary and revenue right of the Zamindar were not hereditary. So this is also is going to be wrong. So here both will be wrong. So we will choose here D is going to be a correct here. Second, see, with reference to land reform in independent India, so which one is going to be correct? So if we see the correct, then of course I have to go with the major aim of the land reform was of course providing agriculture land to all the landless. B is going to be correct. Third one, global competitive report. So as we know that this is generally published by World Economic Forum. Fourth question, see, consider the following statement. The yes, Charter Act of 1830. So ABC, of course, 1 and 2 is going to correct. Why it is so? Because it ended, of course, the trade monopoly of East India Company in India, except for trade in tea and trade with China. So it's going to be correct. Second one, also asserted sovereignty of the British Crown over the Indian territory held by company. So it's going to be the correct. Third options, revenue of India were now controlled by British Parliament. This is going to be wrong. So 1, 2 is going to be correct answer here. Fifth one, see, Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi movement, yes, first option, contributed to, yes, revival of indigenous associations, craft and industry. So it's going to be correct. And the second one, also National Council of the Education was established. So this is of course the part of the Swadeshi movement. So it's going to be correct. So both, so here C will be correct answer. Now 6 number C, pair. All India anti-untouchability. So of course this credit goes to the Mahatma Gandhi. And the second one, see, All India Kisan Sabha Swami, yes, this credit, see, All India Kisan Sabha. So this credit goes to of course Swami Sahajant Saraswati. And the third one is going to be correct. Why it is so? Because self-respect movement, of course, it was E.V. Ramaswamy Nakar. Now 7 number question, which one of the following is not Harappan site? So if we see that Mohenjo-daro as well as of course especially Chahanhu-daro, yeah, quote this, yeah, ABC that Disalpur, that was of course these all site is the coming the Harappan site. So we will go with the especially Sohagura. So C is going to be correct. See, which one of the following relief sculptures, yes, inscription is Ranyo Asoka. So when we talking about the Sachi is going to be a Buddha. So as we know that, so definitely is going to be A correct. Yes, Kang, yes, Kanganhali. Kanganhali, it falls in I think the Karnataka. So of course we will go with the A. This is of course Ranyo Asoka. Relief sculpture inscriptions. So is going to be 9 number. Which one of the following is going to be a C? If we're talking about Mahayana Buddhism, these all are a main feature of that. Of course, D, deification of Buddha. Second one, treading of the path of Bodhisattva. And third one, image worship and the rituals. So these all are the feature of Mahayana Buddhism. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Now see here, with reference to force lever, that is called, yes, Biste. So the Biste in India during the Gupta period, if we see, then it was considered as a source of the income for the state, of course, sort as a sort of the tax paid by people. So is going to be a. Now see, building Kalyan Mandapas. So this is a notable feature of course, Vijay Nagar. Now see, consider the following the statement in the revenue administration of Delhi Sultanate in the charge of the revenue collection was known as ML. It's going to be absolutely correct. Ikta system, as we know, Delhi Sultanate was eminent in generous institutions. And third option, if we see the Mir Bakshi came into the existence during the, of course, region of Khilji Sultanate of Delhi. So 1, 2, 3 all are is going to be correct here. Now see here, Sant Nim Barkya Chari was a contemporary of Akbar. No. In Akbar dynasty, of course, in Akbar dynasty, he was not a contemporary. He was not just a list. So that's why especially is going to be wrong. And second one, of course, Kabir. Yes, Sant Kabir was greatly influenced by, of course, Sheikh Ahmad Sindhi. So it's going to be a B correct here. With reference to British colonial rule in India, we have to consider. So Gandhi was instrumental in the abolition of the system of the indentured labor. It's going to be absolutely wrong. But second one, we see, of course, Gandhiji protest and also didn't support, yes, resolution on recruiting Indian for World War. So it's going to be a correct and the second and third option if we see, then of course consequences upon the breaking SALT law by Indian people, Indian National Congress was declared illegal by the colonial ruler. So 2 and 3 is going to be correct here, my dear. 15 number C, with reference to national movement, just we have to consider Tej, yes sir, Tej Bahadur Sapru, President All India Liberal Federation, of course absolutely correct. Yes, K.C. Negoi was the member of the, of course, while the constituting assembly, so he was a member of, and P.C. Joshi, ABC, then Communist Party of India, he was a general secretary. So he's going to be correct. So 1, 2, 3 is correct. So D will be here. With reference to Milan Tansen, which one of the following is not correct here? So Tansen was, yes, title given to him by Akbar. See, it was conferred, but if we have to choose a one out of this, then we have to go with the A, because it was conferred by Akbar in Akbar dynasty, of course, in the Mughal era. So if we see here, yes, Milan Tansen. Yes, if we see the reference, then this title was given by Akbar, not. This title was not given by Akbar, but one thing, let you remind, it was conferred by Akbar, because Ram Tanu was his original name, especially ABC the Tanzan. So, and ABC B option, that was composed Drupad on Hindu gods. Of course, it's correct. Tanzan composed song on his patron, of course, and Tanzan invented so many songs. Sorry, so many rags. So it is going to be correct here. So we will go with the A here. Because as we know that, yes, in ABCD we have to choose one, so we will go with the A. Now C70 number, who among the following the Mughal Empire shifted, yes, emphasis from illustrated manuscript to album? So that is going to be of course Jahangir. Now which one of the following national parks lies completely and, yes, temperate alpine zone? So we see that then this is of course Valley of the Flower National Park. Now Atal innovation, of course, as we know that, no need to, this is coming under the Niti Aayog. Now 1st June, 21st June, we see that sun, so it doesn't set below the horizontal at the article cycle. Now see which one the following is the group of the plant domesticated in the New World and introduced into, so tobacco, of course, coca and rubber. Consider the following 22 number question. C. Asiatic lion, of course, naturally in the Gujarat areas. So, in it's going to be absolutely correct because recently this article was in the news. So, Asiatic animal naturally, of course, Asiatic lion naturally they found in India only. Of course, this is going to be correct naturally, and second one is going to be wrong. Why? Because double humped camel is naturally found in India only one, not it in also in the Middle East, and as well as if they're talking about the three options. So one horn, rhino. So it's naturally found in the only one the India. It's going to be wrong. So only one we will go with the one is going to be correct because of Asiatic lion especially found in the especially in the Gujarat one um, national park, and that is Gree something. So it's going to be a one correct. Now 23C. Consider the following the pair. Famous place river. So we will go with the especially as we know Hampi. Hampi is Tungabhadra. Actually, in that river actually it's situated. So ABC that Pandipur, of course, that is Chandrabhaga, and yes, Tirupalli ABC that is situated in the Kaveri river. So 1 2 I will go with the here. So A is going to be correct. 24 ABC here in the India. Official poetry, of course. Price label vary. Yeah, difference from state to state as we know. So what is the question asking? Just yes, official poetry line are higher in the some state than in other because of course price level varies. See in the 25 number in the context of which one the following do some scientists suggest that use of the scissors cloud yes thinning technique and injection of the sulfate aerosol into the stratosphere. So we will go for of course D option, that is reducing the global warming. Now in the context which one the following is the term of the yes pyrolysis and plasma gasification. Plasma gasification mentioned. So we will go for waste to energy technology, of course. See which one the following. If we see that Agastya, yes, Agastya Mala Biosphere Reserve. So of course Naye and Pipara and Sandri Wildlife Sanctuary and also Kalkat Mandu Thurai Tiger Reserve. And we will go with these options. Actually, this is of course actually this the question has been taken from some of course current affair. Recently it was displayed in the news. So yes, it's going to be A here. A be the talking about which one the following the biosphere reserve of Agastya Mala. So we will go with the name. A is going to be correct. Now 28 number C. 28 number just we have to choose 1 2 3 4. Yes, which one is going to be correct? So some species of turtle are herbivore, of course it's a correct, and some of the fish herbivorous, of course, and some of the fish of the marine mammal are the of course it's a correct, and also some of the species of the snake are bavivorous. So all are is going to be the correct. Now see the consider the following that we have to pair some blue fine masir. Yes, Kaveri river, and this is Advati dolphin. That is of course a Chambal river. That is not in the Chambal river it founds, and if we see the rusty spotted cats, that is Sterngard, of course. So 1 and 3 we will go as a correct here. Why it is so? Because if we see that yes, Aravati dolphin that is not in a Chambal. Now why is there great concern about microbes that are released into environment? So they are considered harmful to a marine ecosystem. That's why it's a simple questions. Now recently there was growing awareness in our country about the importance of Himalaya. Yes, nettle. ABC that is yes Girardinia diversifolia. So because it's found to be a sustained source of yes textile fiber. Now see, for the measurement estimation of which one the following the satellite ABC the remote sensing data can be used. So ABC the chlorophyll the content in the investigation of the scientific location, of course it's a correct. It can be also yes greenhouse gas emission from the rice petal from yes a specific location, and land surface temperature of the specific location also can be measured. So 1 to 3 all are is going to be the correct. Now see, we have to consider 33 number question, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra and Odisha. Here what we have to, with reference to the state, the mention the above in the term of the percentage of the forest cover, the total area of the state, which in the following, we have to ascending order we have to first. So firstly, of course, we'll go with the Maharashtra to, of course, we will go with the MP, and MP2 I have to go, of course, Odisha, and after that Chhattisgarh we will go, because here is asking ascending order. Yes, and the percentage of the forest cover to the total area of the state. So ABC, then firstly of course is going to be Maharashtra. So here will be C. If you know that Maharashtra is the highest forest covering area of total estates, then definitely it's going to be here 3. Then Madhya Pradesh is a, so if you know 2 options, then easily you will be able to. Now it's going to be a C answer. Now see here 34 number, which one of the following the statement are the correct about yes deposit of the marine hydrate. So I mean methane hydrate. So see, correction deposit of methane hydrate. So 1 to 3 all are is going to be, why it is so, because see first global warming, as we know, the might trigger release of the methane gases from this deposit. Of course, larger deposit of the methane hydrate are found in the Arctic, tundra, of course tundra and under the sea floor. It's going to be a correct. And also methane in the atmosphere oxidized to the carbon dioxide, of course after a decade or 2 decade. 1 decade, yeah, 2 decade, you can say 1 to 3 all are is going to be the correct here. Now 35 number C, carbon monoxide, methane, ozone, sulfur. Here is asking simple that yes, which one the following related into the atmosphere due to burning of crops biofuels. So here I have the confusion, so I will tell you after searching, of course, and let me have the time to yes question which one will be a correct answer of these questions, because not clear. I have the confusion here in 35. In 36 you see seaboarding country. So seaboarding country we see the, then of course ABC that Albania, especially Adriatic Sea, Albania. Second is the Black Sea is going to be correct, and Black Sea is going to be incorrect, because Corsia, yes, Corsia is not actually the pair. And of course the sea boundary country I'm the talking, and Caspian Sea. So Kazakhstan of course is going to be correct, and ABC for Mediterranean, of course, and that is in Morocco. So 1 and yes 3 and 4 is going to be correct. That's all, because there is no doubt the Mediterranean Sea ABC, that's Morocco, of course, and it's a false near about the Turkey, as we know Turkey. So Mediterranean Sea, of course, we will go with especially 4 is a correct, 1 is a correct, and also yes 3 is a correct. Caspian Sea to Corsia, of course. Now here see which one of the following is the largest exporter of the rice in the world is in the last 5 years. So of course this credit comes under this credit comes to India, of course. Now see which one of the following the pair Glacier River. So Glacier River ABC, first is of course Bandra Punt Yamuna, of course, is correct. Second one yes Bara Sigri Chenab, and third one, fourth is going to be of course Siachen Nubra. So is going to be correct. Otherwise ABC the Milam, that is yes Mandakini is going to be wrong, and Jemu Manas, it's wrong. So we will go for here. Yes, 1, 2, 4 is a correct answer. In India, use of the yes carbofuran, methyl, of course, methyl parathione, yes, furanate and tiazoforms is the used with, of course, apprehensions. These chemicals are used as, so of course the pesticide in the agriculture we are using. So 39 is going to be a answer. Now which one the following the statement? First is C. First is the Ramsar Convention is the mandatory on the part of the government of India in yes protect and conserve all the wetland in territory of India. So it's going to be wrong. Why it is so? Because all the wetland here is the given and mandatory. So see, under Ramsar Convention, it's not a mandatory on the part of that, so it's going to be a wrong. So second one, if you see the wetland, the convention and the management rule 2010 were framed by the government of India based on the recommendation of the Ramsar Convention. So it's also is going to be wrong. ABC third, yes, wetland convention and the management rule 2010 also yes eco here see yes encompass the drainage area or catchment region of the wetland as determined by the authority, of course. So it's going to be a C correct answer, only one. So only one, three option is a correct. Now 41C, they consider the following the statement: agricultural soil releases nitrogen oxide into the environment, of course. Because we are using the fertilizer, as we know that, so of course in the releasing nitrogen oxide into the atmosphere, definitely we can say cattle the ammonia into the environment, of course, because as we know there's a huge amount of ammonia is by the cattle urine. And third one, you see that poultry industry releasing reactive nitrogen compound into environment, of course. So 1, 2, 3, this is a very common questions. See the common two, the plus known as Alia, Isapur and yes Kangas, yes Kangas Bati. So as we know water reserve here, these all are popular yes in the bog of course water reserve here. Now 43 number question, if we see here, in the context of the proposal use of the hydrogen engine, yes CNG, as the fuels for yes fuels in the sea actually those bus in the public the transport, they consider the following the statement. First is the main advantage of CNG is elimination of the carbon monoxide, so no, it's going to be wrong. Second one, especially CNG BC, yes, as CNG as the fuel reduce the carbon dioxide and the hydrogen emission, of course is going to be wrong. Sorry, it's going to be a correct idea. And third one is the hydrogens up in the 1/5 by the volume that can be, of course, blended with CNG as the fuel for bus uses. And the fourth one is so C actually 3 is also correct, but the fourth one makes as a fuel less expensive than CNG based statement. So C actually we see as a CNG makes as a fuel less expensive than CNG is going to be a wrong, because it's more expensive, because I'm talking about the HCNG especially here. So 2 and the 3 is going to correct. 4 is also wrong, so we will go with the B. Now 44 number, why are dew drops not formed on cloudy night? So cloud reflect back the earth radiation is going to be correct. Why it is so? Because see here is asking not formed on cloud 90. If you see the cloud absorb the radiation, the release from the earth surface, of course it's a correct. Earth surface would have low temperature on cloudy night, of course it's a correct. And third one, cloud deflect blowing the wind to ground level, it's also correct. So not correct, which one is? Yes, dewdrops not formed on the cloud night, so it's going to be cloud reflect back the earth radiation is going to wrong. So according to the question, which one is not formed, so it's going to be a be correct here. Now see the consider of the following in this one, the 45 number questions. 44 amendment. If see 44 amendment to the Constitution of India introduced in the article the placing the yes election of the Prime Minister beyond the judicial review. First is going to be wrong. Second one, Supreme Court of India yes struck down into 99 amendment to the Constitution of India as being the violative of the independence of the judiciary. So going to be correct. Of course 99, that is 99 amendment with this thing that is goes to the judiciary. So as we know this is an independent judiciary, so it's going to be a correct. So B is a correct here. Now see here in 44 number I have the confusion, so let it quit here. I will tell you in a comment box which one will be a correct answer, because let me search, because I have the confusion in this. Now see here ninth schedule. So ninth schedule, as we know that especially ninth schedule was introduced in Constitution of India during the Prime Minister, especially Prime membership of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And for what ninth schedule is that? So ABC ninth schedule, 10th schedule is anti-defection law, and 9th schedule that is going to be a what's the 9th schedule? 9th schedule is I think 9th schedule is of course land reform, I think. So let me hear 9th schedule, as we know. Sorry, I have some confusions. 9th schedule, that is of course it's going to, in my opinion, see 9th schedule, that is here the added to the introduction by Nehru, of course, that is procurement, and of course. So this is of course it's for judicial decision and pronounce especially about the chapter on the fundamental right, especially. So it's going to be here 9th schedule. Now the Constitution. So here where I was here, now see that is going to 47 is going to be A. Now see actually 48 number questions. 48 number is going to 1. Why? Because the coral sector was nationalized by the government of India under the Indira Gandhi administrations, and now the coral, the back, are allocated on lottery basis. So it's going to be a wrong option here. So and the third one also, actually till recently India imported the coal. I'm sorry here, see actually coal sector we see that it nationalized by the government of India under the Indira Gandhi administration. It's absolutely correct. So if I go by elimination method, so definitely yes, B and C gone. Now see second number, now the I'm the coal block allocate on lottery basis is going to be wrong, and if see that till recently India imported coal to meet shortage of the domestic supply, but now India is self-sufficient. So now it's going to be wrong here, self-sufficient. We are not still, so that's why it's going to be also wrong. So we'll go with the one options. 49 number C, question is rising here that a parliamentary prevention of the Disqualification Act 1959. So exempted the several post from disqualification on the ground of office of profit. So it's going to be correct. And the second one, especially we see above the mentioned act was amended 5 times. As far, of course, it's going to correct. And if we see the third, term office of the profit is well defined in the Constitution of India. It's going to be wrong. Not it's still well defined. We need amendment. So 1, 2 is going to be the correct here. In 50 number C, 5th schedule. If we see the 5th schedule, under this schedule, as we know, the India can the transfer of the tribal land to private party for yes, mining be declared null and void. So 5th schedule. Now if we see actually 51 number question, which one of the following, yeah, about particularly vulnerable tribal group, PBTZ in India especially. So one is a PBTZ reside in 18 state and one territory. So it's a correct. Second one ABC, second one stringent or decline the population is one of the criteria for determining yes PBTZ status. So it's going to be what's the PBTZ? As we know, the particularly vulnerable tribal group. So yes, it's also correct. ABC, the third one's 92 PBTZ officially notified in other countries so far. So it's going to be incorrect. And now ABC, the fourth one, yes, Irula, Konda, Reddy, tribal are included in the list of yes, particularly vulnerable the tribal group. So 1, 2 and 4 is going to be correct here. Now 52 ABC, government with reference. Let's have GOB with reference to Constitution of India, the provision or limitation of provision contained in the ordinary laws can't act provision or limitation on the constitutional power under the Article 142. It could mean which one the following. So definitely Supreme Court of India is not constrained in exercising of its power while law made by the parliamentary. So it's going to be a correct here. That's all. Now 53C with reference to the legislative assembly of the state in India, consider the following statement. So see, other makes customary address to member of the house at commencement of the first session of the year. It's going to be correct. But when we see two options, so when the state legislature doesn't have the rule in the particular matter, it's a follow Lok Sabha rule on the matter. No, a state legislature have also rule in the particular matter. So it's going to be a incorrect. So here what I will go for here, yes, only 1A is going to be correct. So that's all. ABC here also in especially United Nations Convention Against the Corruption, yes, and CAC, yeah, United Nations, yes, Convention Against the Corruption, the protocol against the smuggling of the migrants by land, sea, and air. I have some confusion in this 1, 2, 3, 4 options. So let me have time. So just let it quit here. Now they consider the following. So here, see 55 number. As per the recent amendment 2, so also I don't have actually still find out, sorry, I didn't still find out the which one is going to be a correct, because still I have the confusion in these questions. So 56 as we know, it's a very easy questions of the 21 article as we know the marriage of the person one's types. So which article of the Constitution of India safeguarded one right to marry the person of one's child? So of course the 21 article, that is now. So see, actually 56 is going to be a B answer. Now 57, they consider the following this standard according to the Indian Patent Act and the biological the process to the create seed can be patented in India. So if see the patented, if we see in India, then in India, of course, there is no intellectual property appellate board. It's going to be a wrong. And if they see that the third option, so planted variety are not eligible to the plant in India, it's going to correct. Yes, the plant variety are not eligible to planted in India. So ABC, according to Indian Patent Act, ABC first, and the biological process to the create the seed can be yes patented in India. So it's going to be incorrect. Why to show? Because recently, of course, one company patent on the potato that's by nullified by the Indian government. That was recently in the news. So that's why actually here is going to be incorrect here. Here only when the three option that's the correct, that the plant variety are not eligible to planted in India. Yes, it's going to be a 3 correct only ones. Now 58, the consider the following this the Environment Protection Act 1986. See, empower the government of India to state the requirement of the public participation in the process of the environment protection and the procedure and the manner in its south. So it's going to be wrong. Second option is C, lay down the standard for the emission or discharge of the environment pollutant from the various sources. It's going to be correct. So yes, only one B will be correct. That's all. Now, still in this question I have the confusion, so let it quit. Now see here. 60 number, as per the industrial the employment in the standing the order, the central amendment the rule in 1918. First option C, if the rule for fixed term employment are implemented, it becomes the easier for the firms or the companies to lay off the worker. Of course, it's correct. Second one, why? Because it's the clear the mention, of course, in as per the industrial employment standing order central amendment rule in 2018. So here, and if we see actually third number option, third is also correct. That's no notice of the termination of employment shall be necessary in the cease of the temporary workman. So both is going to be correct here. Now if we see, yes, service area approach was implemented under the review of, yes, lead banker scheme. As we know that if we see that approach area, yes, approach area service, of course, and this was implemented under the lead banker scheme. That was easy questions which was recently in the current news. Now see, with reference to the management of the minor mineral, of course, minor minerals in the India they consider. Just we have to the point of the following option. So see, one is the correct. Why it is so? Because the sand is a minor, the mineral according to prevailing law in the country. Of course, the correct. Second one, state government have the power to grant. So state government is not having the grant the power, but of course the state government is having the power to frame the rule to prevail illegal mining. So yes, of minor minerals. So it's going to be the correct. 1 and 3 will be correct, and that's all. See, see now that we have to the one to the following the statement and the 63 number question. See, most of the India external debt is owned by government entities. This is not only one the correct. Yes, by the government and also by a private agency. Also external debt is taken. So, and the second option is a totally incorrect. Why it is so? Because yes, all of India the external debt is only when the dominant. Of course, denominated by US dollar, in the other currency also. So only one's ID will be, because both is incorrect option here. Now, easy questions. See here, 64, which one the following is not included in the asset of the commercial bank? So if we see the commercial bank, then deposit is not an asset of the bank, as we know. So we will go with the B options here. In a 64. Now 65, in the context of the India, is which of the following the factor contributor to reducing the risk of the currency crisis? So just only one, increasing the government expenditure is, yes, not reducing the risk of the currency crisis, as we know, but remittance from India and abroad. And if we see that first option, that foreign the currency earning of India IT sector, this can be reduced. So 1 and 3 I will go with the here. Now so 1 3, so B will be answer. Now 66, yes, Sarkaria Commission. For what? Sarkaria Commission, as we know that 1983 was the constituted. If we see that it clearly suggested the governor should, yes, be an eminent in the portions from outside of the state, and should we detest the figure without intense on the political link, as well as shouldn't we, of course, attain the part of the politics in the recent past. So yes, rectification in the, of course, in the government post Sarkaria Commission was constituted. So 1983 will be the correct in my opinion, Sarkaria Commissions. So C will be answered here. Now see which one of the following is the issue by registered, yes, foreign portfolio investor to Upsc. So definitely, of course, a participatory note will be. Why to show? Because yes, if you would like to register, issue. So foreign portfolio investor to overseas, so who want to be the part of the Indian stock market without registering themselves. So without registering, of course, through the participatory notes, you will be able to. So it's going to be a option correct. Now see, as per the law, compensatory, afforestation fund management, the planning authority. So one is going to be a correct. Why it is so? Because as per the law, the compensatory afforestation fund management and the planning authority existing the both national and the state, of course, level. So it's going to be correct. Second, if we see that people participatory in the mandatory, is mandatory in the compensatory afforestation program carried under the compensatory afforestation Fund Act 2016. So it's going to be around. So only one A will be correct here. India, which one of the following the review the independent regulator in the sector like telecommunication, insurance, and electricity? Note I am talking about the only ones insurance, not only telecommunication. So one is there is no doubt one will be correct here. Finance Commission, because insurance that is coming also. So of course Finance Commission as well as especially finance sector legislative reform commission also this can be. If we nullify of the Niti Aayog, so if we eliminate of the fifth option, so this gone. So 1, 3, 4 I will go with the here. One is ad hoc committee, second one is special parliamentary. So this is we don't have the choice, so actually I will go with the ad hoc committee as well as the finance commission, and 3 will be, and yes, fourth one in my opinion B will be correct, but such I have also still the confusion in this questions. 70 number quit, actually of course I have confusions. Now 71 ABC, 71 is going to be, because there's been that it's a very simple question, because Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank here, so this is easy questions. If we're talking about the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, of course more than 80 member nation, of course, so it's correct. And ABC, the largest investor of India, how could we show? Yes, it's if we eliminate of the two, and then definitely, of course, we have the choice. In my opinion, here C, only when the A is going to be correct. Why it is so? Because if B option is going to be wrong, because India is not the largest shareholder of Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank. So if we eliminate of the two, so B and D gone. Now 3 number doesn't have any member of from outside of the Asia. No, have. Yes, it has. So only one is going to be correct, because if we eliminate of the 3, yes, B, C, D eliminated now. So only one the A will be option as a correct. Now still confusion in the 72, 73 easy question, because chairman of the public bank sector, yes, the selected by BBB. Yes, Bank Board Bureau. Now see, consider the following 74 number question. Petroleum gases, regulatory board, APC, P and ZRB. First regulatory, just it's going to be wrong. Not say it's a first, sorry, here. So what I will go for here, if we eliminate of the 1, so definitely 2 and 3 is going to be wrong. Sorry, 2 and 3 will be a correct answer. So we will go with the B. Just elimination method, just you have to, yes, you have to remember that's all. Only one the first regulatory body is not P and ZRB. So B will be a correct answer. 75, still I have the confusion, but however, if I tell you, then in my opinion here it will be a D answer. Why it is so? Because LIT is a commonly marketed as a 3G, so it's going to be wrong. It's on the 4G, so it's going to be wrong. So 1 is eliminated, A gone, and yes, C gone. Now see here, LIT is a data only technology. See, LTE is data only technology. That's fine, it's a correct, but Bolt is not a voice only technology. It's a data also, so it's also is going to be incorrect. So both is wrong. Sorry, both is wrong. So that at the situation, of course, at this situation, we will go with the D options. Neither one nor 2 is the correct. So D will be answer here. Now see 77, which one of the following the statement are correct regarding of the yes maternity bill. So maternity bill, as we know that actually 7 to 16 week to in my still I have the some confusion more actually 26 week approximately you can have the maternity leave. So if you see that maternity benefit amendment bill 2017, so if you see that the pregnant women are entitled for 3 months pre-delivery and yes 3 months post delivery, so it's going to be wrong. Now second one, enterprises with yes Krisi EBC must allow mother minimum. No, it's going to be a 4 Krisi visit daily. So it's going to be also wrong. So AB eliminate of the especially 2, then definitely only one as a correct credit goes to 3 option only ones. Why is so? Because the easy question. So 3 option is easy to choose. Enterprise with the Cassie not a hair. See the women with the 2 children get reduced entitlement, of course. So it's going to be correct. So 3 will be a correct answer. 77 number C. Here is asking note sub index of the World Bank is of doing business index. So maintenance of law and order, of course, because if C paying tax is coming and the second registering property also coming and dealing with the construction permit also coming under the sub index of the World Bank ease of doing business index. Now if you have done a study, of course, e-waste management and is handling rule 2011, then it is quite easy for you. So in India, see, question is a sanction that the extended the producer responsibility was introduced as an important the feature in which one the following. So e-management and handling 2011 rule. Now 79 number, economy the cost of the food grant to the Food Corporation of India, minimum support price bonus if any paid to farmer plus. So procurement, yes, incidentals and distribution cost. So it's going to be a C. Correct. 80 number C, in the context of any country, which one the following would be considered as the part of its social capital. So of course the level of the mutual trust and harmony in the society. Because the social capitalization, here's the talking. So this is if you have a little acknowledge of especially ethics, and then definitely what is the social capitalization? So definitely of course mutual understanding between the harmony in the society, trust and harmony in the society. Because ABC that actually social capitalization, suppose especially good mutual understanding between the government and the citizen, so that will be social capitalization of for that politician. So that's why all the same, if the similar, if we execute consensus on especially this option, so definitely it's going to be the correct. That's a level of the mutual trust and the harmony in the society. That's reflect as a social capitalization, social capital. So it's going to be the answer. Now 81 with reference to the Constitution of India. Yes, this question is coming from the Constitution, Indian polity. So no high court, yes, shall have the jurisdictions to declare any central law to be, yes, constitutionally invalid. So it's going to know high court is having. So in the situation is going to be wrong. Second one, yes, amendment to the Constitution of India can't be called question by the Supreme Court of India. No, Supreme Court is having the power to review of that. So yes, it's also is going to be wrong. So yes, D will be answer, because neither 1 nor 2 is correct. Now see here, 82, which one the following is going to be a purchasing power. See, purchasing power parity, PPP actions, yes, PPP actions rate are calculated by the price of the same basket of the goods and service in the different country. Yes, it's a correct. And if you see that the second option in the term of the PP dollar, India is the 6th largest, it's going to be wrong. So Yes, only one A will be a correct here. Now, 83 number C. 83 number question is saying the kharif crops in India last 5 years, and just we have to consider cultivation of the kharif crops. So kharif crops, as we know, ABC the first rice cultivation, as we know that rice producer the India is of course not having the highest in the world. So as we know, this credit goes to, yes, first option it's going to be a correct because area under the rice cultivation is the highest, of course. Second one, ABC under the cultivation jawar is more, of course. Jawar is more than that of the oil seed. It's going to be incorrect. And third one, if see the cotton cultivation more than sugar cane, of course, and there is no doubt. So 1 and 3 will be a correct answer. Why 4 will be wrong? So because under sugar cane cultivation has steadily decreased. Not. So 1 3 will be correct answer. Now 84 number C. Among the following the agricultural commodities imported by India, which of the following account of the highest import in the term of the value in the last 5 years? So vegetable oil, as we know that vegetable oil, it's the agricultural commodity that is highly imported by India, as we know, in the last 5 years. See, now 85 number, in the context of the policy, which of the following would be, would you accept as the most appropriate definition of the liberty? So liberty means definitely absence of the restrictions. That will be a correct answer, because ABC appropriate definition of liberty. Liberty means absence of restriction. There should be no any kind of the restriction. So absence of restraint, this can be. So B is going to be correct here. Now see 86 number, which one of the following is not most likely the measure of the government? RBI tax, they stop the slide of Indian rupee, show following the expansionary monetary policy, as we know. D will be a correct answer. Why it is so? Because these all are most likely measure. If you see the curbing import of non-essential goods and promoting export, of course this is measured by government, RBI, and if we see that encouraging Indian broad to issue the rupee, yes, denominated masala bond, so also by RBI, as we know. So and third one, yes, as in conditions, as we know, as in condition relating to external the commercial borrowing, of course it's also the measure. So only one the D will be not. So here expansionary monetary policy is not measured by RBI as well as especially government. So D will be correct. 87 of the consider of the followings. Yes, here Reserve Bank of India, the recent directives relating to a storage of the payment system data, popularly known as a data ticket, and command the payment system provided that this shall be. So here the only one will be correct answer, otherwise yes 2 and 3 will be wrong, my dear. Yes, so see, first is a correct. Why it is so? Because this shall ensure the entitled. Here see, first option is they shall ensure the entitled data relating to the payment system operated by them are and stored in system only in India, of course. And the government is also recommending the so many websites, for example of the Amazon and Walmart. There are so many websites the government is recommending that to store the whole the data in India only once. So if they see that Reserve Bank and the recently, so only one is going to be the correct. Second one, if we see that this will ensure that the system are owned and operated by the public sector enterprise, it's going to be wrong. And the third one, if we see that this will submit consolidated system audit the report, no, this is not going to be so only one will be a correct answer here. 88 number C. Reason the following: adopted a law on data protection and the privacy, of course, and this the credit goes to on the 25th May 2018, of course, European Union. Now recently in the India signed deal action plan for, yes, prioritizations and implementation of the cooperation area in the nuclear field, of course, with Russia. So is going to be correct because this is current event, current affairs question, of course, that was recently in the news. Now, see, money multiplier in the economy increase, so definitely increase in the banking habit of the population. This will be a correct answer. 91, in the context of digital technology for entertainment, if we consider, then 3 and 4 will be a correct answer. Why it is so? Because if we see that AR, yes, AR, as we know that augmented reality, if we see, of course, this is allowing the individual to be the present in the world and also betterment experience using the camera for a smartphone or PC. And if we see 4, yes, fourth number option, so virtual reality, if we talk, yes, it close the world, as we know, close the world and transforms and individual providing complete immersion experiences. So 3 and the 4 is going to be correct, and that's all. Now world Danny Chauvin, if you see, yes, world Danny Chauvin, that was recently in the, of course, news. So definitely this is an early humanist face. Now 93 number, with reference to the recent development in science, with which one of the following statement is not correct? So development of science, so you have to update with the science and tech, of course, all the current new. So see, if you see, the function of the chromosome can be created by joining and segment of the DNA taken from the cell of different species, is going to be a yes, not correct. So A will be answer. Why it is so? Because it's a common option has been given, B, to yes, eliminate, because pieces of the artificial function of the DNA can be created in laboratory, of course, it's a possible. And if you see that A, pieces of the DNA taken out from an animal can be made to replicate outside a living cell in the laboratory, of course, it's a possible. And if you see the petri dishes, they are cell taken out of from plants and animal can be made to undergo the cell division in the laboratory, of course. So yes, B, C, D is correct, is incorrect. So according to, we have to choose here incorrect option. So incorrect means not correct. A will be answer. 94, digital signature, what is important? Yeah, existence. Of course, we will go with the 3 only ones, because if we see that the 3 option, electronic method, that's the or the signing of course, the electronic document, and ensuring that original content is unchanged. Yeah, that cannot be make the, yes, then that cannot be a possible to change. So that's why, of course, electronic signature. So here if we see that C number, because why A 1 will be incorrect, because the electronic record that identify and satisfy authority issue, of course, issuing it, no. And second one is basically used to the serve as the proof of the identity, that is also wrong. So here C will be correct. Easy questions. Now 95 number, variable technology, whatever, as we know that smartwatch, others device also we are wearing. So here is asking related to that, especially wearing. See here, yes, wearing device. So wearing device, this can give you as a benefit of location identification of the person, of course. Yes, sleep monitoring of the person, of course, and assisting of the hearing impaired person, of course. So all is going to be the correct here. RNA interference technology are again popularity in the last few years. Why it is so? So I will go with the 1, 2, 3. Why? Because if we see the 4, it can be used to produce crop the plant that are resistant to bacterial pathogen. No, it's going to be wrong. But if we see this, and this can be used in the developing genes, silencing, of course, in therapy. Second one also is going to be correct. Why it is so? Because this can be also in a developing therapy for the treatment of the cancer. And third one, you see, of course, develop hormone replacement therapy also. So 1, 2, 3 is a correct answer here. Recently, the scientists observed the merger of the GANT black hole. Yes, the billions of the light years away from the Earth. What is the significance of this observation? Gravitational wave are detected. That's all. Now, 98 ABC, Yes, which one of the following reason for the occurrence of multi-drug resistant? So if we see the multi-drug resistant, what can be microbial pathogen in India? So ABC, see here, question asking reason. Just we have to the question the reason against the multi-drug resistant microbial pathogen in India. For example, here, see whatever antibiotic you are consuming for the treatment of any bacterial infection, as we know, but that is not effective. That is not just a killing of that bacteria, because don't impact on that bacteria. So that will be called, of course, the resistant. So in the situations, which one is going to be the correct here? So if we see that B is going to be a taking incorrect dose of the antibiotic to cure disease, of course, because as we know that incorrect doses, if we don't able to take in the situation, bacteria will develop, yes, resistant against that antibiotic, and that bacteria won't be killed by that antibiotic. So 2 is absolutely correct. We see that the 3 using antibiotic in the livestock farming also, of course, and thus we are consuming the situation, of course, and that is also developing antimicrobial resistance. So in the situation 2 and 3 is going to be the correct. But see the chronic disease in the some people, multiple chronic, then that will develop no, and genetic, yes, predisposition of the some people, no, that is also not. So 2 and 3 we will go with the as a correct answer. Now C, CAS 9, of course. Now in the of course in the medical areas, the planning to have the treatment as a cancer will be a good option by, of course, CAS9 protein. What is it? This is a molecular used in a targeted gene editing. Of course, by this protein, we will be target the cancer cell easily, and we will be able to kill off that and the situations, of course, cancer from cancer, of course, we can get the relief for forever. So as been that it will be a correct answer because it was recently in the news, so it was easy questions. Now last the question of this last questions. See, it's easy. Why it is so? Because which one is not a correct? So as we know that hepatitis B and unlike the hepatitis C doesn't have any vaccine. No, have vaccine. So the situation, as we know, hepatitis C, if we talking, of course, just like you can say that viral jaundice, so doesn't have any vaccine. Of course, we have a vaccine. So hepatitis B, yeah, C, of course, have vaccine. So it's going to be incorrect. So according to just we have to choose here which one is not a correct. So will be a yes, B will be a right answer. So this is all about in this video tutorial, guys. Actually, in a hurry, actually I completed this one. So this is all about. If this video has been benefited to you in any way for your quick revision of 2019 prelims examination paper questions, then don't forget like and subscribe. I'll leave the comment below the comment box. Thank you guys, have a great time.